Hey everybody, Andy Hajer here, head professional at the Arbutus Ridge Golf Club. We here at Arbutus Ridge, we understand that there might be some people out in our community that want to try golfing or get started with golf and feel intimidated by the process. So we've created a video series here to really go down to the basics and to show you what to do, how to book a tee time, what to experience, what you might experience at a driving range, all these kind of things, so that to get you started the right way so you feel comfortable. So I should say that you should have some kind of golf experience before you try to tackle a golf course like Arbutus Ridge. So the best place to get that experience would be at a driving range. That's where you can get started hitting some balls, learning how to get the ball airborne. It'd be even better if you could couple that with maybe taking a lesson or two. That would really be a good way to get you started. And another way is to play a shorter course, like the Lady Smith Par 3. The holes are a lot shorter, and it'll give you just a really good idea of how the golf course operates before you try to tackle a longer course like Arbutus Ridge. And the reason we do that is because we want to set you up for success. We want you to feel happy and comfortable while you're out on the golf course. Because if you try to come play Arbutus Ridge for your very first time on the golf course, you might get frustrated with the length of the holes. You might not know where to go, where to park your carts, where to walk, all those kind of things. So we really want to set you up for success. So let's get started in this video series and show you how to book a tee time. Okay, so let's say you've been practicing and played a par 3 and you are ready to try a full length course and you want to book a tee time. Here is how you go about it. Most full-length golf courses, such as Arbutus Ridge, will have online booking. You might need to create a profile to book a time and provide a credit card number when doing so. Don't worry, nothing will get charged to your credit card unless you fail to show up for your tee time and or fail to cancel that tee time. It's like booking a hotel room. Nothing gets charged until you actually show up and play. Once you are logged in, the page will show you all of the available tee times and the rates for those times. You will notice that typically the higher price times are in the morning, with cheaper tee times in the afternoon. This is because tee times in the morning are generally more desirable, but if you don't mind playing in the afternoon, you can save some money. Now is a good time to talk about setting you up for success based on what tee time you choose during the day. So throughout the day, we have different types of golfers. So the golfers that play in the morning, like before, say, 9 a.m., they like to play really, really fast. So most golf courses have a pace of play policy around 4 hours and 15 minutes, somewhere around there. And those guys and gals that play in the morning, they like to play in about 3 or 3.5 hours. So you can bet that they play really fast. Now, the mid-mornings are usually quite busy. That's the prime time of the day, somewhere around 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. And it's quite busy. Those golfers don't play quite as fast, but they still do like to play in about 4 hours and 15 minutes. And now the afternoons are generally a little bit slower. So when I say slower, I mean that there's not as many people on the golf course. So based on that information is when you should be trying to choose your tee time. So if you struggle with playing quickly or don't feel comfortable having people behind you, choosing an early morning tee time is probably not ideal. The same thing with mid-morning. Now, they don't play quite as fast, as I mentioned, but you will have people waiting behind you. But please be aware that that is quite common. You're going to have to feel comfortable with people being behind you on the golf course and every once in a while waiting for you to play your shot or finish putting. This is quite common, but again, if you don't feel comfortable with that, you might want to choose something a little bit later in the afternoon. So if you wanted to come out, say around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or even a little bit later, there's generally not as many people out on the golf course, and you will feel a little bit more at ease not having as many people around you. So when you're choosing your tee times, please think of these different times of the day to help set you up for success. Okay, so you found a tee time that you like online. Now is the time that you enter all of your information. So you're going to put in how many people are playing, you're going to put in your contact information, and potentially a credit card. Now, it is important that all of this information is correct, because there are a few times where we've had to contact people because something has happened about their tee time or something's happened on the course that will affect their tee time, and we can't get a hold of them to let them know before they come to check in. So make sure that all of your contact information is correct. Now is also a good time to mention that if you book as a twosome or a threesome, you could get paired up. So what that means is two people that you might not know will get paired with you if you book as a twosome. If you're not comfortable with that, make sure that you contact the golf shop to let them know. They might direct you to a different part of the tee sheet, or they might even allow you to play as a twosome. You don't know, but you've got to make sure that the golf shop knows that you would prefer to play as a twosome. Many times throughout the year, we've had people book as twosomes, and they're shocked when they come to check in to find that they are paired up with two complete strangers. So again, if you're not comfortable with that, make sure that you let the golf shop know, and they can either make a note of that or direct you to a slower part of the tee sheet where you will play on your own. Let's say you want to phone the golf course instead of booking online. The first thing they are going to ask you is what day, what time, and how many golfers are in your group. If you are new to golf, this is where you need to be upfront and honest with them. Let them know that you're new. If you would prefer to not play with strangers, let them know. Based on what you tell them, they will be able to suggest a time of day that you will get the most enjoyment out of your time on the golf course. And again, they will ask for your contact information. Please be certain to give them all the correct info. Because again, sometimes we do need to call people on the tee sheet about things that have happened on the golf course that may affect their time, and this is our only way to reach you.